So I went to Belgium. On our first real day in Brussels, we took a short walking tour of the city. We explored a park, saw the Royal Palace, which burned down in 1731 because someone forgot to blow out a candle. Can you say oops? Stopped at an overlook of the city, walked through another okay-looking garden, I guess, and saw Mannequin Piss, which for some reason all these people crowd around to see it, but it's really just a statue of a peeing boy. Apparently it represents the rebel spirit of Belgium, and it has over 200 costumes, and he's been stolen a bunch of times, but I just don't get the hype around it, okay? And then we ended in the Grand Place, which is magnificently beautiful. The next day we went to the Atomium, which is a statue of a crystallized iron molecule that was built for the World Fair, but was so popular that they kept it around. After taking a ride to the top, we saw a beautiful view of a very foggy Brussels. Then we ventured into Mini Europe, where we saw all of Europe in miniature form. Self-explanatory, I guess. After a few days of classes and a short train ride, we had a day trip to Bruges, where there were a lot of swans. Okay, so in the 15th century, the people of Bruges revolted against Emperor Maximilian of Austria. They captured and imprisoned him, along with his equally unpopular advisor, Peter Lancols. Lancols was condemned to death, and it was said that he cursed the town of Bruges to be flocked with swans, because Lancols means long neck in Dutch. The more you know. Walking around Bruges was just amazing. Every nook and cranny of it was perfect. It truly was a place beyond belief. In the afternoon, we took a canal tour and got lucky with a very charismatic tour guide. There was a dog sleeping in a window, and pretty buildings, and a selfie stick. And there was also a very short bridge where we had to duck our heads. If you listen, you can hear our tour guide saying,
"You will see some blood splatters here from last boat."
He really was an awesome tour guide. Then we decided we would climb the Belfry, which was 306 stairs up a very narrow spiral staircase that we had to squish to the side to let people coming down pass us. It was terrifying. But the view was amazing and 100% worth it. Also, it was slightly terrifying when the bells went off. Over the weekend, some of us went to Antwerp, where there was an absurd amount of street performers. We even came across this dance class doing a performance to Fireball. We explored a botanical garden that, you know, I guess was pretty. Then we went into the cathedral and explored that as well. Then we took a wrong turn and stumbled upon this. Nothing was more perfect than feeling the mist of that fountain on a sunny day. We took a walk on a pier by the water, explored a castle that actually turned out to be a restaurant, and then took another train home. During the week, we took field trips to Breendonk, a Nazi prison camp in Henri-Chapelle, an American World War II cemetery, both of which really reminded me of the lasting impact that World War II has had on Europe. The next week brought field trips to the European Commission and the US Embassy, which was really interesting to learn about, but it was also kind of confusing because they both do a lot of things that I don't exactly understand. I also saw my very first double rainbow that week. I also just want to take a second to admire this view that I had every single day that looked out over the St. Catherine Plaza. The last week we spent finishing our presentations, but we also took a field trip to a chocolate museum, where I didn't film or take any pictures because, well, I was too busy eating chocolate. Can you blame me? We also had a field trip to an urban garden where there was this adorable baby goat who totally bonded with me. I want 20. After finishing our last projects and papers, we wandered Brussels some more and came across some cool street artists. And some really weird ones. Then there was this guitarist who was singing Falling Slowly, probably one of my favorite songs. And a couple came out to the middle and danced. And then he sang Wonderwall, and a drunken bachelor party belted it out along with everybody else. Also, this lady says hello. I suppose it's really cool that so many people who most likely speak different languages gathered in one place and bonded over a song. Our last day, we took a short trip to Ghent and found ourselves in the middle of a parade. Then we had one last waffle and visited Kaya, the waffle man we befriended on the first day. Here, we were telling him that in America, Dairy Queen serves their blizzards upside down. So he tested his ice cream for the upside down test. It failed. Also, he's really good at chopping strawberries without even looking, and it's a bit terrifying. It was good, Belgium. It was real good. So that's what I did the month that I was in Belgium. Because we were centered in Brussels, and we stayed in Belgium, we took lots of day trips to tons of the different little cities, and I never realized how much of Belgium we actually saw until I looked back over the trip as a whole, and it was really awesome. If you want to hear more about what I did on my free travel weekends, you can watch my video about what I did in Amsterdam and what I did in Germany. If you want to hear more about a general overview of my trip, you can also watch my video what I did in Europe. See ya!